I'm going to start us off by making some elderberry syrup. So I'm actually going to get everything started while I'm talking so that it can kind of cook down while we're talking about everything else. So let's move over to the stove. So first I am going to start with turning my burner on medium and adding 2 cups of water. So I'm going to make an elderberry syrup that yields 2 cups. So to do that, I've got 2 cups of filtered water, and then we'll add a cup of honey at the end. And then we have 1 ounce of elderberries, and I'm gonna go ahead and just like throw them in there. So we have 1 ounce of elderberries. Then I have 2 cups, I guess this is probably 2 cups, I don't know, of hawthorn berries that I harvested on Halloween, so about 2 or 3 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago now. And I've had them in the freezer since because I want to put them in this. So I'm very excited to add the hawthorn berries. And then we are gonna do a marshmallow root. And I'll talk about all of these in just a second. I'm just gonna do about a tablespoon. And then we're going to do eleuthero. So this is a really great adaptogen, Siberian ginseng. Again, about a tablespoon. Cherry bark, which is great for coughs and respiratory health. I only have a little bit of this left, so I'm just going to dump the whole thing in. And then, of course, we want to do cinnamon. We'll do about a half tablespoon of that one. And then I have one of my favorite herbs. It's actually a root called astragalus. It's a Chinese medicine herb. And it is great for lung health, stress. This wrapper is really loud. And I'm just gonna throw a couple tablespoons of this one in here. I really love this in the winter. I love this one. We'll do 3. See how pretty this is? I don't know if it's showing up very well. Okay, so we've got all of that. And then I'm also going to add, this is kind of my signature move, a tablespoon of chai. My favorite one is from Mountain Rose Herbs, and it comes as like a organic classic chai blend. So it has all the things that we want. And it's definitely easier than trying to make your own chai blend. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of this to really liven this party up. Okay, and then in this one, we've got ginger, cinnamon, Darjeeling tea, cardamom pods, and hold seed, cloves, nutmeg, yeah, and that's all. So I love throwing this in my elderberry syrup. It just makes it really warm and yummy for the winter. And then I'm gonna throw in some fresh ginger too. So I'm gonna take like this section. I'm just gonna take this huge chunk right here, chop it up, you know, into slices. Let's try to, there we go. Put that lid out of my way. I just want some of that fresh ginger heat into the elderberry syrup. Throw that in there. Oh, this is gonna start smelling so good. Okay, I've got a wooden spoon here. Let's see if we can't. Oh, it wants to get my face. So here we go. We've got the mixture in here. It's gonna make the most epic elderberry syrup yet. And what we're gonna do, so with elderberry syrup, you want to reduce it down in half. And the best way to do that is to take one of these coffee stir sticks. I just dip it down in here. And wherever that wet spot is on the stick, I'm going to mark with a pen. And that's how we're going to monitor. That's how we're going to monitor the cook down. I don't know what else to call it. Okay. So that is 2 cups plus our herbs. When it's down to half is when the syrup is going to be good to go for the next step. So we'll let that simmer That's probably going to decoct for like 45 minutes to an hour. So if I finish this talk and it's still going, I'll kind of wrap that up into the end and add it to the video for you. First of all, hi, I'm Dr. Haley. I am a licensed naturopathic doctor currently practicing in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. So if you are nearby or if you're in Minnesota at all, I'd love to hear from you and see you as a patient. If you're not in Minnesota, hi still. I can still work with you. We can still tackle any of your health concerns or any questions you have on a consultation basis. So I'm here for you. And you've probably seen elderberry syrup being sold in stores, but not know how to make it until now. So if that's you, welcome to your first elderberry making experience. I wish you were here live to do it with me. I taught this class a couple weeks ago in Minneapolis, and it was so much fun. Like, we just sat around for 3 hours talking about medicines and herbs and wellness and chatting. It was so good. So this is the virtual version of that. I wish we were in person, but hey, we got computers and cameras, so we can still do this kind of on an intimate level, even though we're not together. Okay, so what did I just do? 2 cups of water, 1 ounce of dried elderberries. You can also do fresh if you harvest them. I didn't find any this year, unfortunately. I usually try to go out and find some, but I'm in a new city and I found hawthorn berries, so that was cool, but didn't find any fresh elderberries. So we're working with dry, which is still super great. So we've got the water, we've got the elderberries. Then we did fresh ginger, cinnamon, plus the cinnamon from the chai blend that we used, astragalus, marshmallow, cherry bark, eleuthero. Elderberry is known for being antiviral, specifically against the flu virus. So this is a really great herb to be ingesting all fall and winter long. So it has immune modulating and anti-inflammatory benefits as well. So that dark purple berry color that we see, those are anthocyanins. Those are anti-inflammatory. So really great for vessel health, brain health, immune health, everything, whole human health. We love anthocyanins. So eat your dark berries, no matter how you get them. Next up, we have marshmallow root. So marshmallow root is a demulcent, and I specifically put it in my elderberry syrup because it helps soothe the throat. So if someone's having a sore throat or feeling a little raspy, kind of like dealing with like that winter throaty feel, marshmallow is great for that. And there's also some like store-bought teas that you can buy with marshmallow in it as well, if you're having kind of like a itchy throat, sore throat, dry throat, etc. Marshmallow helps relieve dry coughs. We love that, and it coats the lining of your throat and digestive system because it's a demulcent herb. Next, we have cherry bark. I love cherry bark because it's an antitussive. So you might see a theme here, right? Like a lot of respiratory stuff in this formula. We see a lot of respiratory issues in the winter. Lots of bugs go around, lots of winter weather ickiness. So wild cherry bark is really good because it's an antitussive, meaning it's like a cough syrup. It acts as an antispasmodic and has sedative effects on the cough reflex. So it actually helps with coughs. And then it's also a demulcent and astringent, helping soothe the irritated airways. And then it's also an expectorant. So it kind of helps us cough more of that stuff up if there's anything building up, in our respiratory system. So we've got cherry bark. Next is cinnamon. I like cinnamon in the formula because it's delicious and it's warming. So I am about to experience my first Minnesota winter. No, I'm not stoked about it. I'm actually very apprehensive because I think of myself as like a beach person. So cinnamon and ginger are going to be my best friend to warm me from the inside out. So that's why that's in here. It's anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, lipid lowering. It has a ton of really great medicinal benefits. Oh, we're boiling. Hold on. Okay, we don't want to boil. We want to put to a simmer. Oh, this is going to be so good. It's the fun part about cooking and teaching at the same time. So cinnamon, great for cardiovascular protection, good for diabetes, good for high cholesterol, etc. So then we've got astragalus. I love astragalus. It's one of my favorite immune modulators. So there are two categories, immune modulators and immune stimulators. When we are sick, for most people, there's a caveat for people with autoimmune conditions. So we'll just say in general, if you're not dealing with any autoimmune stuff, we would look to like echinacea as an immune stimulant when we are sick. So within the first 24 hours of like feeling sick, you can take echinacea and it stimulates your immune system in order for it to work better. Astragalus, on the other hand, is an immune modulator. And what that means is that it's really good for prevention and keeping the immune system kind of like in balance, right? So we're going through our days, we're healthy, we're okay. Astragalus is going to help keep us in this area, right? So it's not stimulating the immune system, but it's modulating how it works like this, ebb and flow. So I love astragalus. It's also an antiviral, anti-tumor, metabolic regulating actions, like supports the gut barrier and then reduces insulin resistance. It's kind of like a do-all herb, in my opinion. It doesn't do exactly everything, but it's a really, really good one. Eleuthero is Siberian ginseng. And like I was saying when I was putting everything in the pot, it is good for stress. So it falls into the adaptogen category. And that just means it helps your body manage stress better. So when you're in a stressful situation, you're better able to react or manage your emotions, your feelings, your stress around it with adaptogens. So one that most people know about is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a really great adaptogen. There's a ton of adaptogens out there. Eleuthero is one of my favorites. So we're putting it in here to help with holiday and winter stress management. Okay, was that all? I think that's all. Good. Oh, and hawthorn. So the fresh hawthorns that I harvested, very high in vitamin C. So vitamin C is great for your immune system, especially when you're sick. So that's why those are in there. And they're really good for like your heart opening, lots of good protective feelings from hawthorn. Okay, so that's what's in our elderberry syrup. And then when we get to the next step, we add honey, local, raw, organic honey, always recommended. And basically what we'll do is we'll strain out all the herb and then we'll put equal parts honey into a jar and that makes the syrup. We use the honey because it is good for coughs, it is antimicrobial, it is delicious. We have benefits from the local bees based on the area you're from, for your allergies, your immune system. So honey is the other component that makes it a syrup and delicious. And yeah, we'll add that at the halfway point, or I guess at the end point. But some things I like to do with elderberry syrup. So you'll want to take a tablespoon of it every day for prevention. And then if and when you do get sick in the first 24 to 48 hours, take a tablespoon up to 4 times a day to help really get all of the benefits in your system. So you can take it straight, you can pour it into your bubbly water, you can pour it into just plain sparkling water and make a mocktail. That's super fun. You can make gummies with the elderberry syrup. So actually I have some gummies in the fridge that I made a couple weeks ago, but I'll show them to you because this is a really fun way to have your elderberry syrup tube. And this one actually doesn't have any honey in it. So they're just elderberry gummies. But how fun is that, right? Like just your little dose of elderberry. I'm gonna take one right now. Okay, so you can make gummies. You can drink it, you can shoot it. You can pour it on your pancakes. We love pancakes. So there's a lot of different ways that you can have your elderberry syrup. Okay, I won't keep eating. Okay, we are good to go on the elderberry syrup. So I have a strainer, like a metal strainer, I guess you call it, a 4-cup measuring cup. And yeah, I'm gonna take it off the heat. Make sure y'all can see this. Oops, too far. Okay. So we're going to take it, pour it in. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna do about half and then squeeze out as much liquid as possible. I'm just trying to pop open all of the hawthorn berries to get the liquid. Put that in here. Squeeze some more of it out. We're almost at a cup, so we're probably gonna have about a cup, which is what we wanted. Okay, try to get the last bit in here. Oh, we'll have to do 2 more. I feel like there's a lot of liquid that is not coming out. Okay, so once we do that, let's see if we can't angle it down a little bit. We are going to add the honey, and I want to do a cup of honey. So I've got a raw, local wildflower honey. This part. Okay, and then, well, I guess we'll use our little stick here. I was gonna use my spoon, but my spoon's covered in all of the stuff. So we just stir it. Oops, let's see if we can angle this thing down. Stir it until the honey melts. Oh, it's very thick, very rich. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pour it into some jars. So sterilized jars. So delish. You know what? I think it'll all fit in there. Perfect. Now the best part, I get to try it. Are we ready? Oops, I'm spilling it. Final product. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was so good. Wow. Okay. That's that, folks.